G'day folks. In my last video I was getting a fair bit of chatter when cutting a thread, and a viewer left in the comments a way to perhaps overcome it. So thank you, Kevin, and this is my attempt to overcome it. Okay, this is where the first change comes about. This is just removing enough material to put the thread on. And here's the simulation of that first bit of turning. And now we cut the thread. Cutting this thread at 2000 RPM. I did try it at 3000 RPM and I didn't think it had improved much. But at 2000 RPM I think it did improve. Of course, the idea behind this method is leaving as much material there to be as rigid as possible before cutting the thread. Here's the simulation. In drilling this part I used 0.08 per rev as the feed, which is double what I used in the last video, but I put in 5 pecks instead of 3, and it worked quite well, although you can hear the motor starting to bog down in places. And there's the simulation with my usual using the drill to just break the sharp edge on the corner. And now we get to the turning, and I don't mind actually turning after threading because it allows nice clean chamfers, which are difficult to get if you don't do it this way. And now we part off. Now we'll look at it end on and we'll just run straight through with no simulation. This way of watching the part being made is not too bad, because when I try and do it from where you would normally stand when you're watching the lathe, it's almost impossible to get past the turret to get a good view of what the tools are doing. Now after the 2000 RPM for the threading, we go back up to 3000 RPM for the drilling. And here you can hear the motor start to slow down as the drill gets deeper. When we get to the chamfer at the far end of this turning, I slowed the feed down to half because it was actually going quite deep. And now we part off, but don't go away yet. There's a couple more things for you to see. One of them being this device here that I printed up to allow me to hold things sensibly under my microscope. Using blue tack is not much fun. Here's the thread on the good side. 180 degrees around is worse, but even the worst side is really not that bad. When you look at it with normal eyesight you can't see it, so that'll do me. I was going to call this bonus footage, but I'm not sure whether it's a bonus or a punishment for watching this far. Up until about 4 hours before this video was ready for release, I added this bit. Chatter right there on the flanks of the profiles, you can see it. I hope you caught that. I decided to try revolving this thing, and now you can see there's more chatter coming up. See, again, you can see it on the flanks of the profile. This is 180 round from the first set of chatter marks, and the rest of it's relatively chatter free. Obviously I have a lot more work to do to try and get this jig a bit more stable to work with under my microscope. Chatter coming up again. There it is, you can just see it on the flanks of the profile and it's gone. That really was all there was. This is the part made by this method, the method this video is about. Quite an improvement, I think. Now I have to come up with some way of driving this device so that I can get a reasonably stable rotation under the microscope, so the thing doesn't dance around. But it's going to take a bit of ingenuity, I think, to get something to rotate so slowly. Any of you got any ideas? Please leave them in the comments. At the moment it's a 12mm ground shaft that's just sticking through a bush, and I'd like to improve it. Thank you for watching.